What's going on, guys? Local John 1812 and
J-Rod 84.
We're back. It's been a couple weeks. We let the pot simmer and we let it come to a boil, and we got some good topics today for the weekend sports update.
Yeah.
So,
okay. I said, probably. Well, I guess first things first is if you've been able to watch any of the FIBA Under-19 World Championships this past week, I would say with the U.S., they finished third. They defeated Spain in the bronze medal game today, after losing to Canada yesterday in one of the semifinals.
that was a tough loss to swallow for Calipari and the team, USA, and the coaching staff and players. Obviously, we all wanted them to win gold. They have for 2 years in a row up to this point, and they fell a little short. Cal tweeted out a bunch of tweets saying that he was hurt, and that sometimes you just can't help what happens. I mean, it's a one-game scenario, and they had an off game, and Canada has a good enough team that if you have an off game, they were going to beat you. So, hats off to Canada. They won. I eventually think they won the gold today, so good for them. First World Cup gold. So, but it goes back to, I've always said I've hated the one game scenario tournaments. Now there was some group play before this, so if you got beat, you were still in, all that kind of stuff. But I still don't like, after the group play format, that didn't really tie into the actual part of who was going to win gold or not. It just set up the matchups for the tournaments. So then who would win gold, or who would play for gold, all that, after you won so many games. But one game scenario, guys, I mean, it's kind of getting old. But I mean, I guess there's diehard fans out there that love tournaments like that.
Fortunately, that's how a lot of these tournaments work.
Yeah. Conveniency, because they're only one game to play. You think you get more out of the players. But what if you give a player a chance to play a certain way, he sees that won't work, and the next game he can play a different way, and the third game he can play a different way or so. You're going to get to see a player or players play different styles of basketball 3 times against each other, like if you went to a best out of 3 format. And you're talking about if the first game was good, yeah, the second game may be dull. But if the team that lost wins it, the third game's going to be even better usually than the first game. How many times have we seen Game 7s be better than Game 1? A lot of people say, well, that goes back to the one-game scenario because it's down to the last game. But they had to play a bunch of games to get to that 7th game. So, I don't know. I find them more appealing if it's a tournament, but it's based on best out of 3 or 7 versus just a one-game scenario. Yeah. If you look at the roster for the USA Under-19 team, of course, Washington had some good games. I wish if Kevin Knox would have stayed, I think they win gold. If Kevin Knox would have been able to stay.
Yeah, they probably would have.
Yeah, Diallo got in some foul trouble in a couple games, and especially last game, I think against Canada, he was dealing with foul issues and was just never able to get under rhythm. But I think if you had Kevin Knox, there would have been a different story. But there were some other people on the team. Emmanuel Quickly, the point guard, to come off the bench next year, or this year. He'll be going to school next year. And the Crystal Ball rankings for 24/7 Sports has him 100% going to Kentucky. He's from Maryland. He's 6'3", 5-star player. Played really well. I'd love to see him in a Kentucky uniform. Romeo Langford was there, obviously. I didn't get to see him play that much. 6'6" guard. Crystal Ball 24/7 Sports has actually Louisville leading in his recruiting at 50%, Duke's at 30%, and UK and IU respectively hanging around at 10%. What about the Louisville situation right now? With them possibly, we know they're going to lose scholarships apparently.
Well, yes, they're losing, I think, two or three scholarships. I just said whether they're on probation for the next 4 years.
Yeah, they do one little mess up and they're out of tournaments.
they've lost. They're going, I think, around 123. Approximately 123 wins will be vacated. Between December 2010 and July 2014, which probably also almost certainly will include the 2013 national championship.
How can you vacate the season wins and the tournament wins and say, oh, but you can keep your title? Like, you're not going to do that. So that title will be coming down. If that happens and Louisville's got some restrictions, and with the fear of maybe even just a texting violation could send them to no tournaments, could that move Louisville out of the way of Romeo Langford? Possibly. But then that really brings Duke back up. They're at 30%, sitting there second place, the predictions. And UK and IU may get some of that extra 50%, but it may move UK and IU to around 20 and 30% respectively. I actually think IU jumps in front of UK after this under 19 USA basketball, because when you're a player and you don't win gold and you didn't get to play as often as you'd like, and you got Cal as your coach, might leave a little bit of bad taste in your mouth.
Well,
maybe, you don't know. I mean, it could.
Yeah, I don't say maybe, but maybe he might decide, to go to school, and just where he feels, that his style of play, fits.
Right.
Fits with the coach or.
Well, when you look at it this way, not to say anything about Cal or playing any type of favoritism, but Quickly, who was really wanting to go to Kentucky, played a lot more than Romeo Langford. Now, but Langford may have dealt with injury stuff or something we don't know about. Maybe also Romeo just doesn't fit the style of basketball that Calipari likes to play as much as we think he does.
Well, I'd say maybe, maybe not. I guess we'll pretty much just have to wait and see what happens.
Right. I have to wait and see how that goes, because, all it takes is just one time where maybe you just don't get together and come together as much as you'd like. And that might have been the case with Romeo. And just at least this go around, you know what I'm saying? Maybe another visit or two or something, or, but I don't think he's going to go to Kentucky. I really don't. I think he still likes Louisville. But I think Duke is right there right now, tied with Louisville. And I think IU moves in front of Kentucky as the third place destination for him, because he's from the state of Indiana, so it would make sense. Another kid that really, caught my eye, but he's playing at Auburn this year, is Austin Wiley. I mean, he's 6'9" center. The guy can rebound. Flat out, if you watch the games, he rebounds like a machine. Very, very good. So, no more to say about that, but Austin Wiley, you're a rebounding machine. You can play. So that's about it on him.
And again, congratulations to the USA on getting the bronze medal.
Yes, bronze medal.
World Championship. Okay, now if of course you've been watching ESPN, what is it? NBA specifically, it's free agency season, and there are a lot of trades and contracts being offered. Okay, starting with the one that was the most surprising to me. Okay, James Harden, Houston, a 4-year extension on his contract worth $228 million.
Right.
Now that's an average of $57 million over the next 4 years. So pretty much he was just paid just to even step on the court.
Money.
And I'm pretty I want to say, I don't know, maybe they're doing that because maybe they're probably wanting to center the team around Harden.
Who's with him over there too? They just got someone else. Houston. Oh, Chris Paul.
Yeah. Honestly, so this might give Houston a bit more up, being more of a contender in the Western Conference. Let's face the Western Conference. They got contenders galore. The entire Western Conference is stacked from top to bottom.
And Curry signed a big deal.
Yes, 5. Yeah, I'd say
5 year.
Golden State. They'll keep their super team around. At least for a little while longer. Okay, Curry, 5 years, $201 million. Kevin Durant, he'll be there for I believe 2 more years. Iguodala for 3. I believe Nick Young. Nick Young will still be there for
Yeah.
another.
Did Nick sign a 2-year or 3-year?
His, I believe, was a
2-year.
2-year. If I'm
And
correct.
Durant's got the 2-year, but he can opt. I think he can opt out next summer again and do it all over. I think that's what they just wanted some time, and he gave him a good discounted number and said, "Hey, I just want to win," and so that's why he did that. My Pistons picked up what's his name, Beverly or from the Celtics.
Bradley.
Bradley.
Avery Bradley.
Yeah, they picked him up, and I think we traded away. I don't know if we traded away Caldwell Poe or did we release him, but one of the two we got Bradley.
I think so.
The Celtics player. We got him, which is very good deal with us. He'll, Jackson next to him.
Mm-hmm.
Should be a good combination. So how far away are we from college football? How many more weeks?
Actually, let's see. The college football season kicks off at the end of August. Let's see. Okay, today's July 9th. 10th. We got about maybe 7. Well, I'd say about 7.5 more weeks before the college football season starts.
7.5 more weeks. College football starts. Then shortly after that, professional football NFL should start.
Yes, that
So we got
starts
about-
at 8 more. That starts in about 8.5 more weeks. That starts on the 7th, September 7th.
So we got some time, but we don't. It's gonna fly by. Blink an eye, and you gotta be back up, and you gotta go to work. Blink an eye, and something's on TV. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just the way it's going. Way it's moving pretty fast. Kind of anxious to see Kentucky's football team this year. I think they're gonna be good. I really do. I think over 9 wins.
Well, I just we know that's quite lofty.
Over 9. How many wins we get last year?
7.
And we should have won our first game for sure. We blew that, the whole home opener.
Yeah.
So that should have been actually 8 wins.
Well, you know what? Okay. Well, looking back last year, okay, they should have beat Southern Miss. They should have. And
That would have been 8 wins.
Yes, that would have been 8. The 9th win, they should have beat Georgia. Because Kentucky was up at the end of the third quarter, 21-13. Honestly, yeah, they were up against Georgia. And they should have won, but Georgia kicked the last second field goal to win the game. And for the life of me, Kentucky should have ended this long-standing losing streak against Florida.
Did we play them? Or did we play Georgia again this year?
Yes,
Did we play Florida?
of course.
Did we play them both ways or just one?
No, they go to Georgia next to last game of the season, and of course, they play Florida at home, SEC home opener.
Okay, well that's good news for us.
Or at least I should hope so, because I am tired of watching them lose to Florida. This streak should have ended a long time ago.
Right. Well, we got a chance. Returning quarterback. We got with 2 returning quarterbacks. One that got injured. And then Barker, and then Jackson.
Johnson.
Steven Johnson, who played after Barker got hurt. I think Johnson will continue to start until he starts messing up. Then, if not, Barker will be there.
Yeah, I just say probably a lot of people's concern about that will probably be the rushing game. I mean, because face it, last year, Kentucky, of course, they figured out, how to, the potent rushing attack. I mean, you have Boone Williams, JoJo Kemp, and Benny Snell who had a breakout season last year. Now this year, of course, Kemp's graduated, Boone went into the draft, and pretty much the majority of the rushing attack will mainly just lie on Snell.
And there's some other freshman guy. He's good. But I think really Snell, we needed more doses of him a little bit last year. But since we had so many running backs, you couldn't give him more carries. Now I think we'll get a little bit more doses of him, which I think may work out better for us anyways.
Well, I said, it might.
Remember when he would carry people along with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you saw him, I said you carry about 5 or 6 players down the field.
Right. and Boom and Kemp, they were more of your fast, cannon shots just down the field. While Benny was,
had the power.
yeah, he take 5 people down the field with him for 10, 15 yards, at a time.
Yeah.
So that was good to see. As far as the NFL coming around, obviously everyone knows the Patriots are going to be back where they're at with Tom Brady, coaching staff still intact. Obviously, all they've done is do nothing but add players. They didn't really lose anything. You're hoping that Gronk stays healthy for him. So the Patriots are going to be hard to beat. They really are. I mean, the Raiders are right there. Kansas City's right there. Really close to can beat them. Pittsburgh is always going to be there with Big Ben.
Yeah.
But I just wonder if that's enough to dethrone for at least one more year the Patriots. Or does the Patriots got this locked down? And they were talking about this the other day, that Tom will play for another 4 or 5 years. I didn't see that coming, but apparently his body's in tremendous shape. He eats differently than he's ever eaten before. He works out more.
Well, of course, you have to do that when you're older, and Brady, I believe, turns 40 next month. I just say, well, pretty much age ain't nothing but a number to him. Yeah, I just see, and as much as I cannot stand the Patriots, for nothing, it's kind of hard not to go against them, as the favorite.
Right.
I said not just the AFC favorite, the NFL favorite as well.
Agreeable. You could say something about over on the other side with the Atlanta Falcons making a return to the Super Bowl, maybe.
Yeah, I'd say, you probably could.
Cowboys. They're always there, supposed to be really great, and they fall apart.
Yeah, I'd say, the Cowboys, they were a classic example of crash and burn.
Green Bay.
I said Green Bay, with Aaron Rodgers.
Anything's possible.
Anything.
They could have 7 losses at the beginning of the year and win the next,
Win the next 8. Just pretty much like what they did last year. I've taken a bit of a liking to Seattle. I didn't know. I think Seattle. Okay, Seattle's gonna be in the mix.
Yeah. I wonder if Jimmy Graham picks it up for Seattle this year and actually starts playing the tight end position like he did with Breeze, or do you just, I don't know, maybe it was just something between him and Breeze had a chemistry, and that's why he did so much better in what he's doing now. But all these questions will be answered soon, within 8.5 weeks. We'll start to see the start of NBA play and all that. Also, when does the Hall of Fame game come on?
I believe that is August the 5th. They always do that on the first weekend. They always do that on the first weekend of August.
It seems like right after that game, then it flies by real fast and football actually starts.
Then you got the few exhibition games.
Like 3?
5.
5 of them?
Yeah, 5 exhibition games throughout the month of August.
And then you do
the regular season kicks off.
So, it should be exciting. Should be something really nice to see. And right now, to keep your time occupied, you can watch NBA Summer League. Mm-hmm. Games have been on the last few days. The Big Three, do not go to big3.com. Sorry, big3.com, whatever, for Ice Cube's basketball league. The reason why is because when you go to their website, sometimes it shows the scores. Updated scores of what's going to happen today, what'll air tomorrow on TV. So don't go there if you're going to watch the games on FS1 tomorrow from the Big Three Basketball League, because you're going to find out the scores. Now, if you want to go there on Monday night or Tuesday morning, you're fine, because you won't see the new scores yet, because they won't be played till that next following Sunday. So that's a pretty good, exciting league, and I've watched a couple of those games. And
I still haven't got a chance to see that yet. I've been wanting to.
Yeah, it's pretty good. They play the games today. They're taped and put on FS1 tomorrow between like 6 and 9 or 7 and 10, and you can watch all the games. There's usually there's only 8 teams, so there's 4 games. So, and they block it out, and I think they cut some of the time away on some of it, like timeouts and stuff, and half times. They're cutting them shorter so they can fit in that 3-hour window.
Yeah.
first team to 25 ends the first half, and then the first team to 50 points wins the game, and you have to win by 2. They have the 90s rules of hand checking's allowed, body touching's allowed. Now, the unique thing is they do have only 1 free throw instead of 2, unless you're shooting a 3-pointer. And then also, if you're shooting on a 4-point circle, there's a 4-point circle from further distance, where if your foot is on it at all,
That's strange.
then you can score 4 points that way. The other part is 3, and then the inside's 2. But I like the little bit of contact. There's no foul called, stuff like that. So I like the 90s feel of the game. It has a big 90s feel, so that's what I like about it. I think they did a tremendous job. So, not too bad. There's some Canadian football on. If you guys are interested for football, they had a game on the other night. I didn't watch all of it. And for some reason, I think it got delayed somehow. And then it said live, and it came on like 9 o'clock at night. And it wasn't going to be over until 12:30 in the morning. And I'm not watching that late. Because I'm not staying up till 12:30 in the morning to watch Canadian football. I watch some of the games, but I just don't. I'm not going to stay up that late because no, thank you. So, but other than that, I mean, that's really what's going on, guys. You got anything else?
No.
Covered a lot. 21 minutes ain't bad. It's a good number.
No, I said no. Well, I mean, if you want some more of this to check out, I mean, you got the Major League Baseball home run derby.
All-Star.
That's All-Star. The home run derby is tomorrow. The All-Star game is Tuesday.
Well, now I'm not going to watch Big 3.
I just okay. The Major League Baseball All-Star game is Tuesday, and the ESPYs are Wednesday.
We got a whole sports lineup. Aaron Judge is going to win the home run derby contest. Speaking of that, T-Mobile is doing a home run derby bracket. Get on there and fill it out, people. If you're correct, you win like a ticket to Game 1 of the World Series or something like that. 2 tickets or whatever. So go on there and do that. I think you have to go in and search T-Mobile MLB Home Run Derby Bracket Contest or something like that in Google, and it should pull it up. Or if you're using Bing, use Bing. Either way, it should pull up. But otherwise, there's a lot of stuff going on this week then coming up. So forgot about the All-Star stuff. I didn't even write it down. I forgot to even mention it. So I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that's all I got. You got anything else?
No, don't.
I want to keep it under 25. We got it. We got it if we end there.
Well, that's because I guess it's the summertime. This. I know there's still sports going on at the same, but not. I just think it's just not heavy. Now probably a few months from now, getting September or possibly hell even November. I mean, of course, you still got the NFL going on,
college football,
and the start of college basketball.
Yeah.
Then these shows will probably get a little bit. These shows will get longer.
Yeah.
We'll just put it like that. The shows will get longer.
But under 25 is good because we're usually up to 30, 35 minutes. But this is good. So don't forget to like,
share, subscribe, comment.
You do all those things for us, so really would appreciate it. Otherwise, you could just watch. We appreciate that too. And we'll be back again. We got something to talk about next weekend, so we'll be back next weekend because we'll talk about the All-Star game and stuff like that this coming up weekend. So We'll be back next. We'll try to make it on Sunday. We're going to try to start making it more consistent, like every Sunday or every Saturday, something like that. I think Sunday seemed like a good day.
Yeah.
It's like a winding down day, so I think Sunday. We might be back next Sunday with more information.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. So, thanks for watching, and see us next Sunday.
All right. Take care.